partner preview is today. And you know what? I feel like this could be pretty special. I don't know, like both special, but also not. It just depends on what, like, if you realize what a Xbox partner preview is. These are little quick shows, as it says at the bottom here, 30 minutes, but showing 007 First Light, Reanimal, which I didn't catch that, and Tides of Annihilation, and more from our partners around the globe. Like, those three alone kind of have me like, whoa, like, I don't know. So I just feel like those three alone being here has me kind of like, yo, so I don't know, like, I'm already content with that. You know what I mean? In fact, I need to kind of do the poll over. In fact, I want to do that. I'm gonna do that right now. I know it was going, but hang on, because I didn't know Reanimal was a part of this. So, which of the three headliners are you most interested in? So there's Tides of Annihilation, Reanimal, I did not know that, and 007 First Light. Yeah, let me know which of those three, which of our three headliners are you most intrigued by. And hello, it's Samurai Kibiji. I love questions. I love your questions and asking you, as I just asked, I put that poll. Which of those three headliners are you looking forward to most? What is, these partner previews, don't expect, like, Kingdom Hearts 4 to show up, or Deltarune Episode 5, like, you gotta set your expectations, like, pretty mid. Like, I don't mean mid in a derogatory way, but just mid, like, middle of the road type deal. I don't get why this chat thing always does this. I don't know. You have to think, like, middle of the road. And I don't know, like, I'm just curious what you think. And shout out to Fusion, Airtime, C2. Thank you very much for coming by. I hope you're having a good day. I'm doing two things today. I'm doing this, and I'm recording a Codename Good Game later today while trying to do a lot of work, man. I'm traveling next week. If you did not know, I leave Monday morning first thing. I'm going away for Thanksgiving, so I'm gonna be gone for a week. Maybe might post a short if anything insane happens, but for the most part, I'm kind of making content so I'll still be around content-wise next week. But anyway, the partner preview is about to happen, and I'm curious what you expect or hope to see most. C2, I'm at 0% excitement for 007. Tide looks great, though. I think between those three, for me, I'm, like, equally hyped, honestly, for all three of those. I'm kind of pretty equal, because they're all for super different reasons. If 007 First Light... No, I'm going to say 007 First Light. F that. No, I'm saying 007 First Light, because I forgot it's IO Interactive developing it. It's IO Interactive. I don't feel like they ever miss. So they're like the most, if you asked me, what is your ideal studio you would want to handle a 007 game? I would literally say IO Interactive. Like, I can't think of a more pitch perfect studio to handle that property. Now, I know we got a solid look at the game before, but I thought it looked cool. But anyway, but yeah, what are you guys thinking? All Airtime hoping for mixtape and replaced. Airtime, I don't know if it was you, but I saw, like, I think it was you on Twitter, but I saw you or somebody else bring that up, and I'm like, those are two great shouts. I don't want to, like, set hopes too high, but, like, those are two things that would fit perfectly for an Xbox partner preview show. Those two would fit perfectly. Give us a mixtape release date. Give us replace the release date. Because while mixtape, I think that's a multi-platform release. It's coming to Game Pass. And replaced, is, to my knowledge, a Xbox exclusive, which is also on Game Pass. And I think they did say that, you know, expect some updates, you know, for the early part of the year or something. So we might not see that here. But man, those are two games I think are solid and would love to see. C2, I'm looking for the Expanse and Dark Heresy here. The Expand and Dark Heresy. Who dat? Chris Morley, hey, yo, excited for this partner preview. Looks like it's gonna be, I hope they talk about Silent Hill 2 remake. Hopefully launches on sale on Xbox. That would be cool to see, like, maybe some partnered PlayStation stuff. I mean, it is titled partner preview, you know, so that would be kind of cool to see, like, Silent Hill 2 remake, or hell, even like Stellar Blade. Would they go that far? Probably not, but that would be a really cool shout. C2, I could see Silent Hill 2 on Game Pass. That would be interesting. I personally don't. I wouldn't be surprised if it was, but I feel like I don't feel like I see Konami games on Game Pass too much. Another good example of that is Final Fantasy, when the Final Fantasy VII remake came to Xbox, and Final Fantasy 16. Those were similar PlayStation exclusives that were just like, you know, they're not PlayStation published, but they're exclusive. And when they came to Xbox, they just published to Xbox. So I wouldn't be surprised, but I also wouldn't be shocked either, is what I'm saying. Oh, there's a leaf blower right next to my window. All airtime. Silent Hill 2 could be here. Yeah, so we just talked about that. C2, I don't like James Bond or 99% of stealth games, so that's why I'm not excited, but it looks good for fans of those. Oh, then that's totally fair. Christian, it's allegedly releasing tomorrow on Xbox. Allegedly. What is the... Not legally, but yes. Anyways, yeah, so we're about 7 minutes out, and again, if you haven't seen these before, is anybody here, is this your first Xbox partner preview? Is anybody a partner preview virgin? No shame on you. That's totally cool. Yeah, because this is a program that I like that they do. You know what? I have a controversial take here, and I know I'm like, you know, biased to Xbox a bit, but even though they piss me off a lot, I think they have the best partnered focused showcase between the big three. Because whenever Nintendo does they have something similar where it's like Nintendo Direct partner showcase. State of plays are kind of like general. I think that's why I like the Xbox partner preview, is because Nintendo's, let's be real, like when we watch a Nintendo Direct, we're usually just there to see what Nintendo's making, you know? Like I'm happy to see objections on that, but to me, you go to a Nintendo Direct to see what Nintendo's cooking. So the partner showcase thing, it's like, I mean, cool, but... And then PlayStation, I feel like they just rarely ever bother to label what is a state of play. Like they rarely label a state of play a partnered one. They usually just leave it vague, like, oh, something first party could be here. But that's why I respect the Xbox partner preview, because it's like, hey, we're gonna establish you're not gonna see Banjo 3 here, you're not gonna see Halo, you're not gonna see things that we make. You're just going to see stuff that our partners are publishing to Xbox, and that might come to Game Pass. You know, I appreciate the blunt honesty. That's what I like about this most. I appreciate the expectations set very firmly, and it's like, cool. I don't know. I dig it. Anyway. Curious on your thoughts about Xbox Developer Directs. All airtime, the Developer Direct Showcase Partner Preview. Oh, Showcase and Partner Preview. 3 great events from Xbox. I do, and that's the thing I like about these airtime, is that I do like they kick off the year with the Developer Direct, which is, I love the Developer Direct. And yeah, middle of the year Showcase. And Partner Preview, they kind of have like, sometimes in March, sometimes in October. This year they went November, but yeah, good paced out stuff. Chris Moore. I really dig these conferences Xbox makes. They really tend to deliver on expectations, be it on the partner previews or the showcases. I mean, you know, that's like, that's the eye of the beholder, but I'm glad like they meet your expectations, Chris. Like, usually they do for me too, usually. This year I would say the developer direct really, I was pretty content with that. I just thought Expedition was a little bit shoehorned in, and the showcase was good, but I think it's just because last year we came off of such a hot one. But the partner previews never disappoint to me because I have my expectations set. You know, this is not going to be something crazy. It's just going to be a neat, oh, look at these. C2, I'm usually more interested in the third-party RPGs at the Nintendo shows. I'm certainly an oddball Switch owner, though. That's true. The partner showcases that Nintendo Directs have. Yeah, you could definitely watch those and expect a good RPG or two to be in there. That's true. Yeah, last year's was nuts. Yeah, for real. Anyways, we are just over 3 minutes out. It seems like, what did our poll land on? Of the three headliners, Tides. I can't see, to me, this is already like the best partner preview just for those three headliners. Which, by the way, 7 of you have voted, and Reanimal takes it over Tides of Annihilation, but 0%? 0%? 007? Get out of here! Wow, I'm just kidding, stick around. Wow, okay. Any particular reasons why? Like, C2 spoke about it. C2 spoke, like, you know, I'm just not into that kind of genre, but is that everybody? Like, I just don't like grounded, realistic spy games. I want a flashy action game or a horror game. But I don't own Odyssey or Breath of the Wild, so I'm definitely the odd man out. What? Oh, for the Switch. That is an odd man out. Note Sparrow. I mean, 007 is cool, but the horror is my shit. Oh, okay. Chris, 007 seems fun, but Reanimal just seems more interesting to me. Yeah, if nobody knows what Reanimal is, that's the next game from the people that made Little Nightmares 1 and 2. Little Nightmares 3, they handed the IP off to Bondi to just make with Supermassive. So we'll be very curious to see. Here's what I want to. Okay, last question to you. What do you think our ratio is of Game Pass titles? That's something I'm curious about because they promoted that everything you're going to see in this show is Xbox Play Anywhere, which is, it's really interesting how they're really leaning into that, which it's because that's the big advantage of buying stuff on Xbox now. And I think that's good. I think they should lean into that because that is a big advantage they have since they're not doing exclusives anymore. But previously, this was a showcase where we had like 15 games. Let's see, Wheel World was on Game Pass. I think The Legends of Babu was on Game Pass. Firebreak was on Game Pass. Was Blind Fire? I think Blind Fire was. But yeah, there was only like 3 or 4 of these that were on Game Pass. And then this was another one. Alters was on Game Pass. Singing City 2, maybe? Frostpunk 2 was on Game Pass. Reload DLC was. Kinutsugami was. Yeah, so we're at a ratio of like, if there's 15 games shown, then like 4 or 5 of them will be Game Pass games. But the reason I'm really curious about this is if is 007? Is 007 gonna be that? Is Tides of Annihilation gonna be that? Like, I will lose my shit. I'm not expecting it. I'm not expecting it. But if any of the 3 headliners are a Game Pass edition, I will lose my shit. Like, especially if they are games that will be above $50, because then it's like, okay, I can subscribe for $30, beat the game, and hopefully have like 2 weeks to play with Game Pass, and then get out. Like, those are things that will bring me to Game Pass those months. So we'll see. What do you think? Maybe like 40% on Game Pass, Chris says. Hope to see some cool stuff. Yeah, and I hope to see some cool indie stuff too. That's a good shout. Like, I'm here for like all levels. Maybe like 2 AAA things, 6 AA, 4 indie. I think that'd be a good ratio. Let's go mixtape. I'm rooting for mixtape replaced. A really good Game Pass get. If I get those 3 things, I'm set. Because already the 3 headliners. Cool. So all games in the show will support Xbox Play Anywhere. So if you buy any of these games through the Xbox Marketplace, you can play it wherever you want.
7 years ago, the veil tore open, and the worthy were claimed.
7 Game Pass games? Holy shit.
In our desperation, we called to you, warrior, to stand against the darkness.
I thought for a second this was tied to it, but then I was like, what is this cult business? Oh shit, there was a bounce. How much you want to bet this is a freaking roguelike? How much you want to bet?
You will forge a path through Paris, long decayed. Together, we must reach the sunless gate.
This screams a roguelike shooter to me. This screams.
We will leave this place. But you...
French Returnal, yeah.
You return again and again. Really? And why have you come?
Not into the sound design
is
so
this
far.
Our salvation? Or is this the end?
You want us? Neat. Hey, there's one! If we get like 5 Game Pass games out of this, I'll be very interested.
Action of Armistice, exclusively on Xbox Wire.
By the way, yeah, so if you're interested in any of the games today, you can get like a full-blown blog about it if you go to Xbox Wire. Did you ever get your back fixed? Nope. It's a colonization game. A realistic Sea of Thieves. This is a realistic Sea of Thieves. Maybe. Biomes. Sorry. Wow. Omen of Cthulhu. Okay. What? Oh my god, he's holding a freaking Xbox Ally. Can Dave the Diver just stop? I don't know, like, no disrespect to Dave the Diver. I hear it's a fantastic game, but it's like, how are we still getting content on this game? What's going on? Available today. Question mark. Play as Aragorn. In the jungle. 6.
We hear every day on a small town gossip. Charlie hit the big town, and that's awesome. We knew a master kid big dog now knew a mess of
Okay. I don't see. It comes up so much that I don't know what we're promoting, to be honest. I know there was DLC there. Oh, look, it's not Silksong. This, by the way, we're going at breakneck pace. This is a 30-minute show. They're just doing trailer after trailer. That's another reason I love these partner previews more than the Nintendo Direct partner showcase and random state of plays. Partner previews, they just showcase the trailers and are like, if you want to know more, check out the blog for it. You know, like they leave it to you. It's like, if you want to know more about it, check out our blog. They don't have some cheesy host walking you through it or anything. Like, I like that. God, I love the freaking, I have to say, animations are on point. At first I thought it looked a bit stiff, but those boss fights, the animation's on point. Crow Sworn. Oh my God! I was like, dude, if this one's a Game Pass one, that's kind of cool. Crow Sworn.
When I was called in to contain the breach, I didn't think much of it.
Man, I thought for a split second.
It's just another day, right?
Wait a minute.
Wrong.
This is from the, did they say it's from the developer of Ravenlock? That is actually exciting. Because I wanted to play Ravenlock and never got around to it. And this is probably a Game Pass game too, because they put Ravenlock in Game Pass.
It was a one-way ticket to a whole new world.
It's the same style too. It's a turn-based game that these developers are making, and it's still in that same style that Ravenlock was. Oh, dude, I like this. I like this a lot.
The question isn't, what can I do to survive? But what can I do to find my way home?
Oh, it's Echo Generation. Freaking duh. Yeah! Another Game Pass. Sorry, I get excited whenever it's Game Pass because I'm like, give me a reason. Give me a reason. Wow, so far. 2. Wow, so already 3 games. Okay. Generation 2. It's another shout for me. Echo Generation 2. What's next for Vampire Survivors? Hello? Are you guys still here, by the way? Just want to make sure the chat stopped moving, so I don't know if we're all just engaged watching. If the stream's having problems. I am? Okay, good. Super tempo.
Next
just let me know.
graphics, an endless
Says everything's
open
great.
world, compelling storytelling. Nope. We're milking this bunch of pixels like there's no tomorrow. Come again to feel the magic of the average Italian countryside in a game that will change your perspective. A new adventure begins.
The voice sounds like it reminds me of
Kill
Egoraptor.
monsters. Find treasures. Either take your time and be tactical, or play as fast as you humanly can. The outcome is always accurate. Use wilds to break the combo.
Here's the thing.
Summon
C2.
survivors to trigger cascades.
The aesthetic of Vampire Survivors has never appealed to me. The aesthetic.
Customize your abilities to control the unhinged.
But what about Ball Pit?
Vampire crawlers.
There's just something about that. Like, I'm very particular if anything has that, like,
we think it's ready.
biddy style.
Cut, and we're done.
Vampire Crawlers, turbo wildcard game from Vampire
Survivors.
Survivors.
Saying neither card nor deck building. Nobody.
Man.
We're just another roguelike deck builder. We're in the clear.
Man, they're popping off with the
Interview
Game
with
Pass
developer
hits.
Poncle
Jesus
to
Christ.
understand their bold approach to the follow-up to Vampire Survivors, exclusively on Xbox Wire.
That was my L.
A 00 agent needs the fastest, most dynamic, and of course most striking car when they're on duty. Hybrid,
Don't be quick.
twin-turbo V8.
And don't
over
just be about the
1,000
car.
horsepower, 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds. Lightweight, carbon fiber.
If
chassis,
any of
and
their
a few
headliners are on Game Pass, I'm gonna lose my mind. I don't expect that at all. I'm just saying.
Aston Martin Valhalla. But this one is only for 00 agents, James. If
Yeah,
you want
Austin
to
Martin's
try it,
classic for
you'll
James
have to
Bond.
earn the number.
Please don't let that be it. Damn it! Damn it! Is that really it? Come on, that was lame. No!
First Light will be honoring a long line of iconic Bond vehicles. Find out more exclusively on
That was bullshit. No, you can't headline and make that headliner be less than a minute. That's bullshit. That deduct the point. That was bullshit.
No humans have found out yet. My
That was
goal is to get
stupid.
Everything ready and in place for the invasion.
That's clickbait, man. That sucks. I'm mad at that. That was my most anticipated part of this. God damn it.
Once featured in a very popular magazine on Probalia Tita 12.
Our state-of-the-art technology allows us to blend in.
I'm really mad at that. Like, genuinely, I can't stop thinking about it.
Of course, it's important to keep this place up to human standards. Otherwise, the scary ones show up.
Scary ones. Oh.
We need your help. Everyone is being called to Earth to prepare for the invasion. The mission depends on you.
Yeah, there was no need to show that, wacko. Sorry, no offense to Roadside Research. God, another Game Pass. Oh my god, I was wrong. I thought it would be like 4 or 5, but we're already at like 5, right? Shit.
I've been alone in this place.
My 7's looking good. Yeah, it is.
Rotting away. It has been suffocating. I've lingered here far longer than I ever meant to. Retracing old steps and replaying every moment. Wondering where it all fell apart. But why? What's the point? You can't rewrite what's already happened.
It's supposed to be 30 minutes, Chris.
My path brought me here to this cold.
It's only been 13 minutes, and I feel like a lot of trailers have, like, whether you've been into the trailers or not, it's fine. But, like, in terms of quantity, there's been a lot. And other than James Bond, I felt they all were, like, you know, solid trailers.
You fought so hard not to drown. And yet here you are, dragging yourself deeper. It feels familiar, doesn't it? You loved this place once.
Okay, for a horror game, this actually doesn't look bad to me, but that's only because it looks like you can fight back. Yeah, Scorn meets Resident Evil.
If you still had a chance to leave.
How's the audio been, by the way, gang? Chaos. God! God damn! They disappointed me last time with the Xbox Game Pass amount in these previews, but like, you know what's funny? I didn't even think about this.
We know from
Reanimal, hang on.
what it means to be away from those we love.
Here we go.
most of all.
Oh, it is co-op.
To you
Was that stated before? I didn't know that.
surroundings,
I didn't even catch that. Was a shadow drop? I didn't catch that.
and to think of all the new sights you must be seeing. And the adventures you must be having. difficult for us to picture the sort of life you are all leading.
This looks leagues better than Little Nightmares 3, I'm gonna say it.
I know you won't forget us. Good night, and good luck to you all.
Date? Oh, okay. Oh, and demo! We got a date. A date and demo. Man, that looks a lot more intense,
This
man.
story begins the same way so many do in this world.
Wow.
With blood. When a man loses everything that matters, ain't nothing that can keep him from setting things right.
Yeah, I don't think the 3 headliners are going to be on Game Pass, which I understand.
It's gonna take more than iron to save the one he loves. Because the one thing a bullet can't stop is time.
All I'm looking for is a reason you can love me again. And how am I supposed to move on when you make me stop before I start? Way up now, I'm gonna find my way.
See, I like this more than Vampire Survivors, aesthetically. I kind of love this? Question mark? What? I think this is my game of the show.
Every death cost a decade. He has to find her before it's too late.
Daddy! What took you so long?
What? Oh, that's cool. That's what? Erison? What does that say? Erosion? Yeah, Game Pass! Oh my God, they popped off with the Game Pass stuff, man. Erosion, but it's a PC only thing. Darn it. Darn it. Wow, they popped off with Game Pass this show, man. Like, the 3 headliners aren't going to be on there, but Erosion. I have to admit, that was my game of the show. Yeah, Total Chaos available today. Wow. Holy shit.
Hey, little bunny.
What?
Oh, I
Still
got
alive?
scared.
Because if you bite the dust, your right is mine. Just a heads up.
Hey, Ray, you got the spark?
Ran into a few bumps.
I'm taking notes as I...
But yeah, I got it.
Wow.
Hey, that's stone bars, too. Team effort, remember?
But Ray, stone that came so easy. Aren't you worried it'll bring trouble?
Relax.
I feel like this is familiar. I think that's the thing that I really thank Xbox for, as much as they've really kind of messed up this year, big picture wise. They've introduced me to so many things that I never would have played otherwise.
This belongs to me now. Finish him.
Oh my God. He plays a badass rabbit. What? This looks cool. Ninja Gaiden killer. And there's even blood. Dude, what? What? Rob needs to see this trailer. Very curious. Wow.
Walked right in himself, huh?
Boss, the treasure's yours now.
Good work. As for the bunny, have the boys clean him up, fur and all. then spice him up for tonight's snack.
I feel like this is familiar to me. I don't know why. I thought there was something else that was like a badass thing. Not the I know there's one you guys might think of. It's not that. It's a bunny. It's a bunny flare.
I'm the papa.
Miss me?
So sometimes you call in buddies, okay. Nike, you've just been lurking this whole time. Furry Souls, Zoo Punk. Damn it! Damn it! But it still looks cool. Zoo Punk. Damn it. Oh shit. Clover Pit. Wasn't this out though? Or was this early access? Or was this like PC only maybe? Maybe that's the other reason. But yeah, C2 just said he bought it, so like why would this be here? Was it Steam only or PlayStation only or something, or Nintendo only, or because that would make sense if it's like, oh look, it's coming to Xbox platforms. Available on Game Pass today, Clover Pit. I'm not touching it with a 14-foot pole. Wow. Yeah, maybe it was Steam. That makes sense. Man! Oh, okay. I thought that was a ball pit reference.
Roguelite, slot machines, hell. Delve deep into the bizarre but fascinating journey that awaits you in Clover Pit.
They're gonna end with Tides of Annihilation, aren't they? Yeah. Dude, this has been... I don't care. Like, I get it. Some might say, like, I don't care because... I don't usually Dragon Quest, Kingdom Hearts, and stuff isn't in this. But like, I think this was a solid show. They have just been trailer after trailer. A lot of Game Pass editions. Is that Eminem?
But this motherfucker just keeps coming.
I found that no one is untouchable.
What?
Oh, so Eminem brought his back up. A higher gun can't erase me.
What?
Wire, aim a gun at me, I come back louder and stronger. So what's it gonna be, killer? Are you ready to dance with the devil?
I really think if I had a year that I'm just not playing anything else new, I just want to hit Hitman. No
This is it. Let's end this motherfucker.
Slim Shady. They just keep like updating the game, man. Hitman World of
elusive target mission for Hitman.
God.
Learn more exclusively on Xbox Wire.
Wow. Here we go.
We thought all his knights were dead. Yet Lamorak sends one more. I almost admire him.
Tyranno! But you're one of the White King's sorceresses. You destroyed the Whitelands.
That destruction is in fact salvation.
You're insane!
You know not of what you speak. Accept your defeat.
Okay, we shifted fast. This game showed up, I think, at a state of play like early on in the year. I can't remember when. It was one of the games of the show, and here it is of the Xbox partner preview.
She's created another folded realm. I can't reach her.
We cannot cross two folded realms.
Just for peeps that want like a fantasy pixel slasher game. Dude, you break through the realms, what? There was a lot of frame rate drop there, but there's also a lot of things going on, so... Things like this are usually too much for me. Yeah, it ain't Dark Souls. What is going on? Why do I feel like this is like a final boss? This feels like a final boss.
Even with your new ally, we end this here. Enemy of my enemy, I lend you my strength.
We fight as one.
Tyranno of the Nine.
This is crazy. This is, what do you call this genre? It's like flashy JRPG combat, but I don't know. I wonder if there's a word for it or a genre for it. The hack and slashers is what I would generalize it as. But the kind with the fantasy, I guess a fantasy hack and slasher. That's what I was calling it. Particles overdose. Yeah. I just call them Devil May Cry games. Yeah, I mean, that works. Is she? Whoa. She's under the pole shooting? There's so much going on. I can't do this. Like, I mean, I played Ninja Gaiden 4, so I guess I'm set, but like, she was shooting attacks from the reflection. That was weird. That was a pretty cool design, I have to admit. I think they're just ending with this. They're just spending like a full freaking boss fight for the end of the show.
Your loyalty has condemned this man.
Look, if you were into Final Fantasy 16, you better get your lotion out. What do you do? What do you do in that situation? You just gotta get over top of it? No, wacko. They don't need it. They got enough buzz from the PlayStation show. Yeah, okay. I get it. Oh, cool.
Get more insights straight from Eclipse Glow Games on the story, setting, and
I think we just beat the game.
Unedited boss fight, exclusively on Xbox Wire.
Yeah, if that wasn't the final boss fight, then what the hell is? I'm surprised you don't end with Annihilation. I think that would have been a fine way to close. So, okay, epilogue. Yeah, what happened to being a random guy with a big hammer? Raji. That does sound familiar. I don't remember Raji though. I mean, it's a 30-minute show, so this is it right here, so. Joey, it's over. We're gonna talk about the show in just a moment because I think it's about to be over. So we'll recap what went down and surprises and maybe biggest highlight, biggest downlight. feel like if I knew what Raji is, then maybe this would be a much bigger deal to me. But for now, it's just a cinematic. So... Oh, just... Wait. I'm confused. Kylie Tully, and they end with a Game Pass game. Wow!
Find out what details lurk behind the gorgeous and evocative world of Raji Kali Yuga, the follow-up to Raji, an ancient epic, exclusively on Xbox Wire.
Okay. Fascinating. That was perhaps... God damn, man, that's a lot! That was perhaps the best Xbox partner preview. I have to say, like, I've never been that disappointed with the partner preview, but to me, that was top. That was probably the best one I've personally seen. Wow. Whoa, 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 whoa. Xbox full screen experience comes to PC, available November 21st on Windows handhelds. Coming soon to PC for Windows Insiders. Huh. Again, like there was a clear lowest moment of the show and no clear highlight to the show, actually. There's a couple things that come to mind. But before I say them, I'd like to see what the audience thinks. Because I don't know, man. I thought this was pretty dope. Question, Nike, is it better just to get Game Pass or buy the game? It totally, that totally depends. I personally, like, it's totally subjective. There's not a clear Schumann answer to that question. But to me, I would say if there's a month you feel like you could jump in to either a $70 game that you could easily beat in like 20 hours or less, and you'll have time left over to maybe play something else, or even just play that one game for 30 bucks, then Game Pass. If you don't care about, if it's something like, I can't think of an example. Let's say Hollow Knight Silksong. You want to play that game, but you're never going to play it again. You could play that. Well, then you could just buy that one for 20 bucks. A 70 price, like let's say Gears of War E-Day. Let's say you just want to play the campaign, maybe play through some co-op stuff. You'll probably get like 15 hours out of that game, and they launch it for 70 bucks. Then you get Game Pass Ultimate. And you can play it for 30 bucks, get your time with it for a month, and if you don't think you'll play it after that first playthrough and such, then you leave. If let's say something like Spider-Man 2. If Spider-Man 2 launched and it's 70 bucks on PS Plus Extra, Game Pass, whatever, and I could play it for like 20 or 30, I do it because it's one of those games that I don't intend to really replay anytime soon, so I'll just play it and then maybe have extra time to play something else. So it just depends on what you intend to play. If it's something like a multiplayer or like a 100-hour plus adventure, then that's different. That's a whole, like, I could break that down, but yeah, it just depends on what you intend to play with it and what's of value to you. It's a very subjective question. But so people thought of the show, because we're talking about the partner preview here, not Game Pass. Yeah, so Notes says it was fine. Chris Moore, 9 Game Pass titles, right? 9? That's insane. 9? God damn, man. 9 Game Pass titles? That's crazy. I thought it would be like 5. Chris Moore, pretty good preview, consistent. I will say it was very consistent. Like, again, compared to a State of Play that they never label it as a partner State of Play, but let's just say they finally freaking would, compared to a Nintendo Direct that they label as a partner showcase. There was no cringe host during this, no like fluff. They just showed trailer after trailer after trailer, and that's why I'm like, in terms of partner showcases, the Xbox partner preview is my favorite. Like, in terms of strictly partner stuff. Like, again, is every game going to be for you here? Or maybe did you get the game you wanted? No, but like, just showing game after game after game, that was pretty cool. I just thought, like, the flow of it was really good. Now, if one, like, again, I'm just talking strictly the format, but if the games that were shown is how you judge a showcase, then that's completely, yeah, that's going to be a very up and down thing. Wacko Games, I'm excited to play Total Chaos and Reanimal demo today. Dude. Like, we were talking earlier about, like, Reanimal. People were really excited about that. And, man, if you... you got your date, you got a demo, and you got Total Chaos, just a good-looking horror game that just shadow dropped, and it's a Game Pass launch, that was pretty good. That was pretty good. Game On Jesse, I don't know what we're talking about with Silent Hill 2. I'm not really sure about that. Chris Morrow, by the way, Silent Hill 2 remake out on sale already on Xbox, only in Australia though, so probably coming tomorrow worldwide, I guess. Huh. Yeah, that is interesting that it wouldn't have been in here, but I don't know, maybe it's because it's something that already released. Well, that's not true because they did Clover Pit in here, so yeah, why wouldn't they do it then? Isn't half of the games, Roxas, isn't that half of the games they revealed? I mean, yeah, if that is 9, like they show the damn, dude, 9 games? Christ. Yeah, so that is of the 16 game show. That's more than half. That's more than half. Again, like previous years, I compiled this. Where is it? Where is it? Partner preview. Yeah. So I compiled these just to kind of have for reference, where I seriously think there was like only 4 or 5 of these games that was on Game Pass. And this one, Creatures of Ava, Altars, I think Sleight of Hand, Persona Reload, Frostpunk, Kunitsugami. I think those were it. I want to say, yeah, so like 6, maybe 7, but I think it was 6 in this show, which I guess is also, you know, around half, but man, this freaking one, they were just like, nope, majority. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. But there are 3 headliners, 007 First Light, Tides of Annihilation, and Reanimal. They didn't need it. They didn't need it, but those 3 games are not coming to Game Pass. I would have popped off. But that's okay. Chris Moore, I thought it was going to be like half on Game Pass, and it was even more. Pretty nice. And C2, they crowned a winner for Game of the Year at a Golden Sticks just now, apparently. Yeah, I don't know. I admit, Golden Joysticks, I kind of don't give a crap about because they've done some stuff interesting, but I mean, cool. I'll talk about that on socials. But yeah, so in terms of the highlights, what's everybody's highlights? Because I'm going to say the lowest point was that 007 First Light. Like, what was that? What was that? Why did you feel a need to put it as a headliner, but you just show like, oh, you're gonna drive an Aston Martin? No shit, you're gonna drive an Aston Martin. It's a 007 thing. Like obviously, like, yeah, and he's also gonna use a pistol. Oh, like of course he's gonna shoot a pistol. Like an Aston Martin is a staple. Maybe it's for the diehard fans that are like, oh, I wonder which Aston Martin he's gonna drive. Like, cool, but if that's just for a mission or 2, then what's the big deal? I mean, again, maybe that's like a diehard 007 thing, because that is a staple to 007. He drives Aston Martins in almost every movie. But still, if you're gonna make, I wouldn't have minded it if it just showed up here like without being a headliner, but because they advertise this with Reanimal, Tides of Annihilation, 007, because it's a headliner, you would think that they would put together an actual trailer. I don't know. Like, that was to me the lowest point of the show. Very, very bummed out by that. But my highlight, I really like Erosion, man. And I believe that's one of the Game Pass titles too. Oh, Erosion looks really cool, man. I have to admit, that one really got me. I don't know what it is. It's kind of like Ball Pit, where it's like, there's just something about this that appeals to me, and I can't quite say what. Like, before I played Ball Pit, I'm like, there's just something about this that is really appealing to me. And that's how I feel about Erosion. I'm like, dude, Erosion looked just something. I don't know what it is. Anyways, Kyle Fritz, Tides of Annihilation. I'm most interested to play. I'm really surprised. Like, Raji. I need to look this up. I need to look up Raji. Because, like, you end with Raji? You end with Raji. Like, I don't... I've never seen this game. I've never seen this, and I just thought that was an interesting choice to end with. Won some awards, including to the best. It's also nominated for best debut game at the Game Awards 2020. Oh, I don't know. I've never heard of her. I remember the title, but like, I just thought it was a weird way to close the show. I don't know. I just thought it was a little bit weird to close the show with that, but yeah, I still. I feel like if they just closed with that boss fight from Tides of Annihilation, that would have been crazy. And there's no way it was going to be on Game Pass. But if it ended with it being on Game Pass, I would have fell backwards. I would have fell backwards. Chris Moore, Ball Pit almost sucked my soul. Addicting stuff, dude. It's dangerous. It's dangerous. It's so good. And so, answering Nike's question earlier again, this is another use for Game Pass. You could kind of use it to try out a game if it doesn't have a decent demo. Because that's what I did for Ball Pit. Like, Ball Pit is a game that's nominated for Best Indie Game this year, and it's on Game Pass, and I played it for like 10 or 11 hours. So I should have did this sooner, but like 4 or 5 hours in, I was like, I should probably just get this for my Switch too, because it's pretty cheap. It's only like $15 or $20, I can't remember. And it seems like such a good Switch 2 game. So I bought it for my Switch 2. Now, one could say like, well, why don't you just play it with Game Pass? I'm like, I don't know. It just feels like it's a good Switch 2 game. So I stopped playing it. And until the month is over, I moved on to other stuff, aka Rogue Prince of Persia, which is a game, like I was saying earlier, that I intend to just play, and I'm never going to go back to it. You know, I just want to play that game and be done with it. And that's a good use of the service, in my opinion. You could try out something, and if it's really selling you, then it's like, cool, I'm going to buy this for my PlayStation, and then maybe play something else with your time. Like, it might be an opportunity to just try out some stuff, and if you really like it, then you could just get it for your system of preference and play the first couple hours over again. But anyway, partner preview. Chris Moore remembers Raji from the Game Awards, but yeah, kind of weird to end with it. C2, they used to end E3s with Kinect games, so I can forgive Raji. Supertone, is that even the game, or is it proof of concept thing? See, that's what kind of bugs me, is that it was just a They used a cinematic as if, like, this is supposed to be a big deal. Like, if you end with a cinematic of all things, if you're going to end something with a cinematic, it's got to be a teaser for something big. Or as something like that people recognize. Like a previous show, one of these, they ended with FBC Firebreak or something, which is connected to the Alan Wake and Control universe, right? Mostly Control. They even ended that, even though it was attached to an IP a lot of people will recognize. They even showed gameplay in that trailer. And it was a Game Pass get. And like, so they went above and beyond to end the show with that, which made sense because a lot of people know Control and stuff, and this is something attached to that. But if it's something that a lot of people don't know, ending it being a cinematic of that, that's, I don't know. Anyways, whatever. It's about the journey, not the end. Game on Jesse. I think Microsoft needs to pony up once a year and get a massive third-party game day one in Game Pass like 007. Game on Jesse, I completely agree. There's a topic, whether it's a stream or a video, I want to cover about like, okay, Xbox Game Pass, they made it $30. They're claiming they're going to launch 75 plus games a year day one on it. What could those games be to make it worth it? I already did post a short about 10 games I thought really justified. Like, if it is $30, these are 10 games I felt really justified. Like, if you played these that month, then you kind of justified the subscription. But I agree. Like spoilers for that more in-depth topic about that. I fully agree. I think that's what I was really hoping to see, is seeing the commitment to getting like certain big games into the service that are not first party. And that's what I was really hoping to see, like any like of the headliners, 007, Reanimal, or Tides of Annihilation. If they got any of those three into the service, that shows like commitment to, hey, we're not just going to grab these titles that you're not aware of, you know, or like the indies or the undiscovered AAs or whatever, or maybe a AAA publisher that's publishing something that, you know, people aren't going to be aware of. I was really hoping they were going to show what Jesse's saying here, where, yeah, for lack of a better term, pony up. Like, if they grabbed Reanimal, Tides of Annihilation, or 007 First Light, that would show the commitment of like, hey, we are going to have a few big partner titles that everybody's aware of that like we're adding to the service. So it's that's one like big picture bummer, but I get it. It's probably way too expensive to do that. What's the worst game you've ever played, C2? Chris Moore, yeah, if you end with a cinematic, it has to be an insane franchise dev. Exactly. If it's a cinematic, it's got to be something a lot of people are aware of. Kyle Fritz, finding an Expedition 33 is even better. Yeah, like that's what I mean. You never know. Like, one of these games could be the next Expedition 33, you know? Like, that's the cool thing, is you never know. Yeah, like I will say, I thought Zoopunk for sure. I thought that was going to be a Game Pass one. And it's not a big deal. Like, these all don't need it. Like, an Xbox show doesn't need to be riddled with Game Pass games, but it needs to have a minimum, a third of them are Game Pass. Like, that has to be a thing, because that's one of the benefits to being on Xbox. If you're not going to do exclusives, then you have to really promote Game Pass and Play Anywhere, which they did. All these games are Play Anywhere, so. Finding an FVC Firebreak, which is sad because I like Control. Oh yeah, Firebreak. That's what you were talking about. Yeah. I heard people weren't too into it. Wacko Games. Stalker 2 and High on Life is pretty big. Yeah, no, Stalker 2 is a good example. Like, that's a sequel to something that had a pretty significant cult following. And who knows, you know, maybe that's Raji. But yeah, we'll see. But there was just nothing in this show, Wacko, is what I'm saying. Just like one good big partner get in every Xbox show. That'd be pretty cool. But yeah, in terms of just the games itself, what are we thinking? Like, is there anything here that really appealed to you? Very curious. Very curious what, if there was a highlight for you before we skedaddle. I mentioned before my highlight's Erosion. I think that trailer, I don't know what it is about that one, man. Erosion just looked really cool to me. There it is. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it's the aesthetic, and it's just like, I don't know. There's something about the aesthetic, and maybe it's a roguelike or something, but like, there's just something about that tingles my jingles, for lack of a better term. Yeah. What was your highlights? Chris Moore, Total Chaos, out today, was pretty cool. Got to check that one out after I finish Expedition 33. Oh shit, you're on that, Chris? Yep, Total Chaos. Good looking graphic horror game that just shadow dropped out of nowhere today. That's crazy. Very crazy. C2 Tides was the best. Yeah, Tides, that was a crazy boss fight. Very, if that wasn't the final boss, you know. I'm imagining the final boss of this game is just straight up. You thought Final Fantasy 16 was crazy? Brace yourself. Game on Jesse. Reanimal demo said out now, but it's not. I don't know. Give it, whenever I see those things, like if it's a shadow drop, I'm like, give it an hour or two after the show. But yeah, give it to the end of the day. We'll see. But C2, I'd play Total Chaos today if I was a Game Pass subscriber. Yeah, I just can't do horror, so that's not me, baby. That's not me. If I had to say like my 5 biggest highlights, Erosion for sure is probably my number 1. Tides of Annihilation, I'll just say it because yeah, it continues to look cool. I don't know, like, but I already thought the game looked cool, so I don't know if it's a highlight. I was honestly kind of sold on it. This is the first time I saw it. I think Zoo Punk is pretty interesting. Zoo Punk just looks like an action game where you're playing as like animals. I don't know. I just think the idea is, you know, unique sort of. Echo Generation, probably the 4th one. I really wanted to play Ravenlock, and I love the style that they're continuing to have. Very curious about Echo Generation 1. And maybe if I should play that beforehand or not. And everything else, I don't think there was anything else that really made me go wowsy bowsy. I'll say Crowsworn. I think Crowsworn, the animations during the boss fight of that was pretty freaking cool. At first it looked a little bit stiff and like a Hollow Knight copier, but then those boss fights, man, the animation is really good. So yeah, I'd say my 5 are probably Erosion, Tides of Annihilation, Zoo Punk, Echo Generation 2, and Crowsworn. Yeah. Augie! Hello, Raji looks cool. Echo Generation 2 is interesting. Xbox FSE, I don't know what that stands for. Officially out. Oh yeah, full screen experience, officially out on PC. Yeah, that was something that just kind of like wiggled in at the end. It comes to PC, available November 21st on Windows handhelds, coming soon to PC for Windows Insiders. So it's not out today. That's weird. They just kind of like full screen experience available with Xbox and other apps. So I don't know. That was a weird thing to integrate, but they're leaning into it, man. I respect that. I respect that they're, you know, acknowledging, hey, Play Anywhere is our big shtick that we want to promote to people. So, you know, even if a game's not exclusive, if you buy it with us, you get it for both your PC and your Xbox, which is a cool thing. Kyle Fritz, Game Awards not far away, so the fact that this show was pretty good bodes well for us. Yep. Game Awards is not that far away. It's going to be here in a flash, man. It's like 2 weeks from now, basically. But yeah, and the Game Pass, man, like that to me was the highlight today. Like I fully expected like maybe just this top row. But then we got like double. We got like double. But yeah, of the Game Pass skits, yeah, I'm super into Erosion, Crowsworn, and Echo Generation. Those are my 3 probably. Clover Pit, I'm not touching with a 30-foot pole because gambling, baby. Erodimus, I want to shout that out. That does look kind of cool, but it seemed a bit vague to me. But anyways, I do need to start wrapping this up. So if you have any final questions, feel free to bring them up. But I do need to start wrapping up because I got a lot to do today before I record something in the afternoon. Hoggy, C Machine with Windows and Steam Big Picture mode and full screen experience mode. Yeah. This is an Xbox. This is an Xbox. C2, do you think they'll do Game Pass editions at the Game Awards? No, no, that's not something that they would promote at the Game Awards. They never have, I feel. Will there be a game there that is going to be on Game Pass? Yeah, probably, but it's not like it's not going to be flaunted. You know what I mean? Like when Hellblade 2 showed up twice at the Game Awards, but they didn't flaunt it like, and it's coming to Xbox Game Pass. Like they didn't flaunt that. So I don't think that's going to be a place that you like see that promoted. You might get this is an Xbox ad or maybe an Xbox Game Pass ad, but not like, look guys, Resident Evil Requiem coming to Game Pass. Like that's a huge, like that. If that happened, that's worthy of noting it, but like I don't see that happening. Supertone Master Duel is gambling though. No, it's not. Okay, well, when you're making a new deck, it kind of is. But not really when you accept that I'm probably not going to get the thing, so I just craft my ultra rares. I don't consider it gambling because I just don't expect to get what I want from it. I'm just doing it to get the ultra rares. C2, Kagi, yep, Steam Machine, another Xbox. Yep, C2, I'm back to thinking the Steam Machine is 600 or 700. Dude, if it is, I don't believe it. But that'd be crazy. Johan, they definitely had the goods. Definitely recap the stream. This was the best, in my opinion, this was the best Xbox partner preview I've seen. No question. That's not me saying it's like it was an amazing showcase or anything like that, but this was incredible. Like this was not incredible. Sorry. I just think it was solid. It just kept moving. There was like a massive amount of games, more than any other previous Xbox partner preview. It had more Game Pass games than any previous Xbox partner preview. They showed the games well, except for 007. There was even a shadow drop thing or two, if you include a demo. It was cool. C2, the gambler accepts he's not going to win the jackpot. Well, yeah. Let's see, Steam Machine would be around 800 to 950. Yeah, that's what I think. I think 800 to 1,000 is what they'll land on, but we'll see. Anyways, gang, if there's more thoughts and you're watching this afterwards, please, I would love to see them and just what you think, and especially like a good question that I'd love to get a comment on this stream as I end this is there any games that was shown in this preview that makes you tempted to sub to Game Pass for a month? Very curious about that, because again, that $30 is a huge ask. But maybe there was a game here that's like, you know, if that game is priced at like $50, which a lot of the games in here I don't think will, what game would that be? Anyways, I hope you have a good day. This is my last stream. Actually, this is my last piece of content before I head out. I am going to be traveling all next week, so I hope it is a lovely time. I will have a sort of podcast that'll be posting to you, and maybe a short, and then I will return the week after to talk about what could be revealed at the Game Awards. So if you are here and you're not subscribed, why aren't you? Like the stream if you enjoyed. And if you feel like supporting, head to patreon.com/SamuraiKibiji, where I have a 20-minute rant about Black Ops 7 waiting for you. Seriously, I ranted about Black Ops 7. If you want to hear me rant about that, all you got to do is follow there. That's a free one, but there are more content that you can get there. Be geek, be proud, be awesome. Keep asking questions. Thanks for watching.